Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this video. How are you guys doing? Today I decided to do an evening stroke night tour. I hope that language is correct, of the river park. It was actually a night tour I wanted to do, but I had to drive down there in the evening to hold on till it's becoming dark. Then I'll now tour the estate. I mentioned I was coming back to river park to show you guys areas I couldn't show the last time because the estate is quite big. Some people say it's quite massive. I couldn't, show you that part, but I wanted to do a night tour of the estate so that it's not just me saying come here and invest and all of that. I need to know and also show you how their night routine here looks like. Fine, when it comes to safety, this estate is relatively safe. I've not heard of anything that thieves broke into this place. What you are seeing, that big building there, is a university, still in the same estate, but of course they'll give them their own space. So what you are seeing here is the dome. That's the Dunamis dome. Their church is what you're seeing from this estate. So I just thought to start the tour as it was now getting darker. It was not getting dark. I decided to start the tour to show you guys how this place is. One of the things I think they should do is to ensure that there are enough street lights, or even the ones that have been, or the street lights they have already are well lit, so that the whole street will be. I love walking on streets that are well lit because number one, it makes you see clearly. Number two, in case of any attack, you would recognize who the person is, that kind of a thing. Because if not that, the estate is safe, and the fact that those who live in maybe cluster 3 and 4, when they meet at the main gate, you see that they help each other when it comes to transportation to drive into those further areas of the place. Even though this estate is on airport road, a lot of people live here, wealthy people. I saw some buildings. I was like, the kind of cars that were parked there, I was like, what? A lot of people live here. Like, most people were living in town and they were paying so much. They didn't even get this kind of beautiful neighborhood. Most of those houses in some areas, the eyebrow areas, are old buildings. So some people will just feel that this place is close to the airport. It's not too far from the airport, and it's not also far from the city center. Why not I just move down here? So some people came here, bought houses. As against them renting, they bought houses. So you can imagine that they live in this community. It's their own home. You know how it is paying a rent for 10 to 15 million per annum, and then you are seeing a place where you could just own it, and you're living in a community like this. Some people were so happy. They had to leave. They came down to river park to stay. So river park is a very big estate. It's actually, I think, the second biggest estate or largest estate in Abuja, because they have cluster 1 to 4 and maybe more. So their nightlife here is beautiful. You can go out at night. Like, people will talk about Dubai. They say when they walk around Dubai, they forget their phone somewhere. They'll come back and meet it there. Nobody will take your phone. Nobody will take anything from you. Wow. When I heard that, I was like, wow, that's a good report. So you can imagine the kind of cars they have here. Big cars, beautiful SUVs. I was like, what? River park is nice. Like, the last time I came here, this was actually a walking tour, by the way. I was not in a car. I parked somewhere and started using my leg to take the walk. So if you look at this beautiful structure here, it's the Winners Chapel inside the same estate. They're having a program here, and I like the fact that the building is standing on its own, and it's just so beautiful. You can see all the cars outside parked, owned by their members and all of that. So I saw one other street I've not entered before. I really took you guys to places you've never seen on my videos. I wanted you guys to see how river park looks like at night. Areas that are well lit, areas that are not well lit, so that you decide what cluster do you want to stay. Do you want to still stay in cluster one? And another thing here in River Park is that the things sold here, like their supermarket, their stores and all those sit out, their things are pricey. I know that if you according to what I heard, the rent here for the shops, if they have high rent, like a normal shop is 2.5 million, a double shop is about 5 million. So I guess that's why they sell their things so high. Something you usually see in a normal shop for about let's say 220 naira, there you'll be selling in some shops there, they'll be selling for 350, which is really high, So this neighborhood here of the River Park is so beautiful. I have not entered here before. They are still constructing. There are people whose lands are still bare, like they've not built anything on it. I don't know if they intend to sell or they just want to build later. And I noticed something here. There are lots of people who come here to work while we're leaving the estate. We saw many people going out like that. They are closed for the day. So this estate here they have a particular section where shops are built. So everybody, you can imagine, from all those further clusters will have to come to this central area of the estate to buy things. So I was like, wow, this is another thing I didn't notice the first time I came. So I think they have just two salons here, two female salons here. They have a male salon, and one of the female salons here on the other side is quite pricey, very, 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 very high. So if you live in River Park or you're planning to live in here, you could check out different salons in the estate, and if none appeals to you, just drive out and make your hair. That's all I would say, because the way the country is, we cannot be paying too much over something someone can get very okay. How do you explain a hair that you are doing in normal salon for maybe, let's say, 500, 1,000, and then you end up paying paying 6,500 in a salon at River Park? No, it's not worth it. I'm one person that I believe that people should not spend money anyhow. They should not spend money anyhow, because there are other things you can use money to do. There are a lot of people outside that are hungry, they need food. And I remember stopping by one filling station 2 days ago to get fuel, and then as we're driving out, I saw this beautiful healthy tubers of yam, and I came back and priced. So one of the women there selling said, please, I should buy tomato. I said, no, now in Nigeria, I jokingly told her, now in Nigeria, we buy things that will make us satisfied. Like if I buy this yam now, can use palm oil to eat it, or maybe the stew at home. Like in those days, where things were normal, you could still have stew at home and buy fresh tomato to make tomato sauce. But right now, if you have stew, you use it for your rice, use it for your yam, use it for your boiled plantain, use it for your potato, use it for so many things. So it was not, even though it sounded funny, but that's just the reality on ground now. So you can see that some areas are not well lit. They are even dark. Let me put it that way. So you are going to see other streets that were well lit at night, because in as much as this estate is relatively safe, it's okay to still have good lights around. See how beautiful this place looks, because they have light outside to shine and brighten up the place. So you can see that shadow there. That was me trying to still capture some areas for you. Like, I felt so bad I feel so bad each time I'm not able to upload a video. There are videos I will try to upload. It will take like a day or two to come up on the channel, and that's because of bad network. So sometimes I feel that all these people, the fuel stations are hiking their prices. The light people, that's the people in charge of power, the NEPA people, or power holding, or whatever they are called. Like their name implies, power holding, so they hold the power. So it's like they usually come for the same meeting. Even those who have, even the banks, where you try to transfer money or try to buy data and it's not working. I'm wondering, is it that these people decide to just frustrate Nigerians, like by just, you know not wanting things to be available? You begin to ask those kind of questions most times. So I was like, if this estate was not safe, I can't be carrying my phone around like this. I don't want to get into problem. You know how sometimes I will hear voices under some flower plants. I'm like, if it were an estate that I'm not sure of the security, I will just not even do this video walking. It's easier to do a car tour than to walk around. I didn't even record most areas I'd already shown you in my previous video. So if I'd even done the record, you can imagine this video would have been like 30 minutes long, but I didn't do that. I just took areas I knew that I had not shown you in the previous videos, so that you don't get bored, because it's like they say, variety is the spice of life. And I want to use this opportunity to thank all of you who come back to this channel to watch. You guys are super amazing. You guys encourage me. There are times I want to give up, but when I remember the love you guys show me on this channel, I'll just keep, going out to, this is Obasanjo Street. I'll just keep going out to create more content. So with all the streets we have entered, do you still think you come to River Park to invest? And funnily enough, I tell people this thing and it looks like a joke. Anytime you have money, just come to River Park. There are houses here that people are not occupying. It's for sale. There are some that are for sale. There are some that are for rent. You get, some are for school. Some are for maybe commercial, or, you can either use it for commercial purpose or for you to live in. So whatever it is you want to do, River Park has enough space for that. So for those who want to open, maybe dressmaking factories, you can come here, pick a flat here. And they have places for bungalows, they have places for flats, they have places for terraces. They have different, different buildings types. That's the right word to use. They have different types, so it depends on what you are buying. And I passed by a place that was marked, and I saw they marked it. I thought it was for demolition, and when I read what they wrote, they said show proof of full payment, meaning that the estate was allocated to people to develop, and they gave them prototype of what to expect in the estate. But some people came and started building without finishing their payments. I don't know if you get, like, like for example, you have a mortgage to pay and you didn't pay the mortgage, and then you pack in, or you sell the house, that kind of thing. That's not the case. I'm just saying, for example. So in this case now, the person was supposed to see how well lit this area is. That's how I like it. This building here is very, very nice, beautiful. So they gave them as they marked it. I think that's quite embarrassing, because the man's house was not completed, and then they are marking that on it, and that's the only house standing there. People begin to look at it a certain way. Well, I know there are times somebody plans something and it doesn't turn out the way they've planned it. I know it can be very, very demoralizing. I know, but then again, see, different streets, different buildings. We just have to keep pushing, because this life, if you follow the way this life is, you might think bad thoughts about your life, but it's okay. We'll keep pushing. So I like this particular street here. Is well lit. It's well lit. So the structure here, oh my god, this is on that very beautiful side on your left. So beautiful and bright. Yeah, aside it being very lit, it's so bright and beautiful. So imagine us touring this side at night. You'll be able to choose where to live, right? Because yeah, I think these other clusters are well lit. Yeah, No, normally I would love to just play my music at the background, but I felt it would be nice if I did a voiceover and explained more about this place. Houses here go for, if you want to rent a house here, just have like from 2.5 and above. You might still get houses here that are cheaper depending on the landlord, depending on the type of house. But if you want to really get a place here, just hold like 2.5, so that by the time, even if you have a house of 2 million, you have what to pay the agency and the legal fee you get. So push up your budget more. Excuse me, I would say a little bit, push up your budget more. I know how Nigeria is now. Things are really going up there, but we will make it. We'll survive, come out of it soon. The dollar is, depreciating, but commodities, things in the market are still skyrocketing. I don't understand how, that is done, because we are supposed to see a huge difference from when dollar was 2019, 18, 16, to now that dollar is 14. Because 2 days ago I saw that dollar had gone down to 14. I don't know how true that is. We could of course check it on Google, but I didn't do that. I just wish that things are more, things calm down more. A lady reached out to me to make food for her, because I cook for busy people. I still have my 8 to 4 job by the side. So I discovered that she didn't have enough money to make the meal. I really felt bad. I had to turn down the order, because right now to go to the market, you have to have bought like at least 10,000 naira fuel, because the fuel you buy them for 3,000, 3,500 is what we are paying 10,000, 12,000 right now to buy, which is really high there and quite pricey. So whether the dollar goes down, if the fuel prices are still up, there's no how food will reduce, because of cost of transportation, cost of production, and all of that. There are so many businesses that are closing down. There are so many, apart from the businesses, there are so many companies that are closing down. A few days ago, I and my friend were discussing about our fresh juices. We produce fresh juices, and we discovered that some companies are folded up, so we can't get some sizes of bottles to package our juices for sale. And that is bad for business, because even if you go to buy the jerry cans, they are also pricey. And how many people will have the light to store that much quantity in their homes? So it is something that the government needs to look into. If they can make lights very steady, stable lights, there's water and good roads, they can go to sleep knowing that Nigerians will always maneuver their ways and do well, because they are very hardworking people. Nigerians are the most hardworking people I have ever seen in the whole world. They are the most hardworking, if that's the correct English to use, people I've ever seen in the whole world. And Nigerians have strong will. They are people that are committed to doing things, and they do it well. Because explain to me why somebody would, go through this kind of hardship and still be smiling, and they will still be having occasions, they will still be celebrating. If there are some countries that if what is happening or what has plagued Nigeria happens to them, they will take their own lives. That is why here it's difficult to hear that somebody took their own life. So it's we just came to this point to say that thank you guys so much for watching our video to this very point. We do appreciate it. We appreciate. Thank you so much. I can never take your love on this channel for granted, because you guys have shown me nothing but pure love. God bless you. See you guys in our next one.